Good morning. What is the fastest way to double the size of your construction renovation company? I know you've thought about that before. I know you've thought about, how can I solve my problems? I know your problems are generally finding quality employees, finding profitable jobs, and you're going from job to job to job. 5, 10, 20, 30 years go by, and you're still doing the same thing day after day after day. And yet you are in the most profitable industry consistently since 1920. The reason why I'm recording this video today is on the weekend I was actually involved in a beach volleyball tournament, and I met an old buddy that I hadn't seen for years, and he runs a construction company. And we started talking, of course, having a beer and so on. We talked about his business, and everything reverts back to business with me, as you know. We talked about the fact that he was in business for 30 years, and he gave me a sense he's between $5 and $6 million. And I asked him how things were going, and he goes, things are going great. Then I asked the question, could they be doing better? And he says, well, Leo, I'm doing, I'm making a ton of money. I'm doing really well. I have, I'm on the beach today. I don't have to be working all the time, and I'm doing great. Then we started talking about the 33 tools and, what he could be doing to improve and create better quality of life and get out of the way so his business can start flourishing and get to the next level. And that's where I got the deer in the headlight look. And I just asked a simple question. Okay, you're not using the 33 tools. You're not using the best business tools, but yet on the job site, if someone came in with a screwdriver to install, a door, and that's all he had, you would send them home, right? So you believe in having quality tools or the best tools on the job site. But what about the office? What kind of tools are you using as the owner or CEO of the company? And I kind of got his attention that way. And then I asked, well, how are you networking with other business owners? Oh, we do that all the time. I talk to a lot of people. I talk to my suppliers. I talk to other contractors. I talk to my subs. I talk to everybody. And I said, no, I mean, really talk. I mean, really share ideas, signing a non-disclosure agreement, looking at their financials, meeting weekly, talking about problems with the intent to solve problems, not just talk about and complain and bitch about problems, not talk about the government and, different things that happen, when you're talking about business. I'm talking about truly solving problems. In other words, if you're at $5 million and you want to get to $7 million, what's the best thing to do? Well, how about networking and surrounding yourself with business owners who are already at 7 million and want to get to $10 million, right? They've already solved the problems you're currently facing, right? So if they solve the problems that you're currently facing and they're trying to get to the next level, wouldn't it make sense to network or surround yourself with people who are already at the place where you want to be? Does that make sense, right? Because if you're at $2 million and you hang around with people who are at, 500,000 and $2 million, they haven't solved your problems. They've got the same problems you do. So you need to hang out with people who are double your size or triple your size or 10 times your size, right? Maybe hang around with people who are at 100 million may be too much of a step. But certainly if you're at 5 and you hang out with people that are at 10 or 7 or 6, that have solved your problems already, wouldn't that be a good idea? And if you did that weekly, wouldn't that help you change your mindset? Wouldn't that help you ease some of your fears, right? Because for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. If you hire a crew chief, what's the reaction going to be? If you start marketing, what's the reaction going to be? If you put in software systems in your company, what's the reaction going to be? Right? You need to be ready for the reaction, because if you go after your market share What are your competitors going to do? If you're going after their market, they're not just going to stand around and let you do it. They're going to react. What's the reaction going to be? Business is like a chess game. You have to be 5 or 10 moves ahead of your competition. And the way to do that is to figure out what's ahead of you on your road, right? If someone has traveled up and down your road already and knows exactly every pothole, where every alligator is and where every tree is and where every bridge is out, then they can help you. So I would like to hear your comments and questions below about why haven't you connected with a CEO club? You've been invited to these CEO clubs and mastermind groups and these events a number of times. I know that because I've invited you, and a number of the people in the clubs have invited you as well. Why are you hesitating? Why are you hesitating about sharing ideas? Why aren't you learning from other people's mistakes? Why do you insist on making your own mistakes? If you could avoid a $200,000 mistake, that mistake never happened, right? You automatically get to the next rung of the ladder. Are you trying to double the size of your business? And if not, why not? Why don't you believe in quality of life? I would love to hear your questions, comments below, and we'll talk again soon.